Hey guys, CYHD here, and I am back with another reaction video, and it's time to react to more after the fact. And for these after the fact videos, I'm going to react to Daring Don't and Flight to Finish. And yes, the reason why I'm doing two is because I have a lot of catching up to do. So yeah, I've seen Daring Don't, and of course Flight to Finish. Yeah, I did not enjoy that episode. But I did enjoy Daring Do, so yeah, this could be entertaining. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this started. In 3. Oh, hold on, let me adjust the volume. Let me just get started in 3, 2, 1. Click.
Now, are we, Zoto? You know I love you, but I can't give you the ring till I've properly proposed.
Oh no. Daring, do you realize what you've done? You have unleashed a fresh wave of slash fiction!
Slash fiction. Wow. That face.
One of the many things I admire about the Brony community is its ability to weave narratives around one tiny fact. We see Lyra sitting strangely in Dragonshy, and suddenly she's obsessed with the mythology of humans,
okay.
and also special hands. Very
Of course,
a bit of
humans
punishment.
with hands.
And suddenly, behold the town drunk. We see a Cole playing an arcade game, and barely a year later we have an amazing animated short and music video. So when Gameloft released a card for their online game saying that Twilight Sparkle's mother, Twilight Velvet, loves to write adventure stories,
Twilight Velvet,
and that the mother of our newest princess is also the creator of Rainbow Dash's favorite fiction, Daring Do. This idea was reinforced in IDW comics as a fleeting glimpse of the awards within the Twilight family's home displayed Daring Do on a
Rainbow always knew that Daring Do is a fictional character, but no, she's real.
So the fandom are drinking their own tears as the show introduces a new author who is the creator of Daring Do. That's no concern of Rainbow Dash, who is literally counting the days until the next installment in the series. So imagine her deflation when she finds out that the book has been delayed an additional 2 months.
I don't think I can take another 2 months. I'll never make it.
Yeah, I can vouch for that.
I love it when Fluttershy delivers her line in that deadpan tone. It's neither sarcastic
Good point.
or rude, it's just flutter dry. Dash rallies quickly,
Flutter dry,
realizing
huh?
There must be a cause for this delay. Real life!
She needs help dealing with whatever everyday nonsense is distracting her from spending her every living, breathing second writing.
Ugh. It's like every Song of Ice and Fire, Harry Potter, Half-Life, and Yu-Gi-Oh!
Harry Potter.
Into one.
Oh,
Twilight
and Yu-Gi-Oh!
provides a reality check.
But it said the
I'm
abridged
as big a
series.
fan as you. In fact,
I haven't seen it
I'm
yet,
the one
but
who first
I'm planning to
introduced
react to
you the
that.
books, remember?
Continuity!
Continuity.
First, I thought that this episode was
Nice.
trying to say that Twilight is the better fan. Then I thought about Twilight's character and how, despite her love of reading, she's never expressed an interest in writing anything beyond reports and journal entries. Meanwhile, Rainbow Dash has talked about writing her own book and is such an avid fan that she's read the same book 12 times over.
Yeah, I wrote my own book, which is on fanfiction.net.
Twilight is the analytical part of the community. The fans who carry out interviews, cover events, and keep everyone up to date. Rainbow Dash is the passion that drives creativity. She's the part that wants to create fan fiction, art, and music. Yes, her enthusiasm can go too far and become a negative. Same goes for how fandoms, including bronies, can go overboard. If without that vitality, we'd all be sharing spreadsheets right now. We need both the level-headed and the passionate in order for a fandom to flourish. It is Dash's passion that drives this story, and carries the girls halfway across Equestria through the most absurd path. Nice to know that Equestrian GPS is just as bad as ours.
Turn right and proceed.
Well, okay.
Are you serious?
Moves.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't have any
You will
GPS.
look like an idiot. Doubt me again and I will GPS my boot up your flank.
Okay.
Things get directed south as the main
That's
16
kind of, dark.
Switch it there. And they're just about to leave when 3 goon ponies break in. And it is here that we learn.
AK Yearling is Daring Do.
What?
My mind is officially blown.
Whereas my mind has just crashed.
Crash.
This is a rare moment for
Like,
the show. There are
crap.
episodes where a
My
single
Sony
moment
Vegas
finds like an
crashed.
event, like how the Sonic Rainboom rewarded fan expectations.
I'm
while
glad
a lot of
my
people were
eyes
upset by
aren't-
Fluttershy putting her hoof down
Don't
on
have
her
the
Mickey Mouse.
idea
Then there are
that
episodes where
to
there's
get
no
a virus.
that stands out, just a lot of notes that either create a symphony or sour the whole composition. Yet I usually understand this in hindsight. Here, I instantly knew that this moment would either make or break the episode, and I gotta admit, I don't know how to take this. Daring Do was a fiction within fiction character for 1 episode. As dynamic shifts go, this isn't even in the same league as Princess Twilight. And yet, I really like the fact that ponies had fiction. In a world where creatures aren't mythological so much as, well, hungry, it was an interesting idea that these ponies still dreamed of far-off adventures and other creatures. Making Daring Do's adventures an autobiography cheapens that feeling. Plus, Daring Do's desaturated design bothers me now. When I thought she was a book character, I enjoyed the visual similarity to Rainbow Dash. It helped blend the perilous
Nice.
and stress how Rainbow Dash was imitating her heroine. Now Daring Do is just a Rainbow Dash recolor with a grimmer attitude and some extra clothes. If a fan had tried
Well, of
posting something like
course,
this, people would have
same
denounced
mane
it as
and-
bad OC. Oh no,
But just
I said
gray
it.
all over.
Original characters.
Just use a background pony.
Self-insert.
Very soon.
Originality is bad.
If it seems like I'm talking more about concepts than the
Wow.
episode, well, that's because not a whole lot has happened. So what is going on with Daring?
So let me guess. Aoizoto has put you up to this. You're stealing
they
the ring
talking
to give
about
to
the
him,
plot?
so his hold on the fortress of
I think so.
Talisman will be good for 8 centuries as foretold by prophecy.
They are. They're talking about the plot.
I'm going to sell this to him. Make a bundle and retire from archaeology in splendor.
For the love of storytelling, show, don't tell.
So Daring Do enjoys a fight scene with the goons over a magic ring as our heroines look on.
Should we go in and help her maybe?
Oh,
Oh, Fluttershy, never change. But seriously,
Fluttershy?
sits outside and watches
It's
while
Fluttershy,
3-on-1 fight.
not dry. Shy.
Away.
And Daring Do emerges from the fight with a damaged leg while refusing help from 5 able-bodied ponies and 1 alicorn princess. And just add salt, she fails to recognize national heroines, just like every other pony. Well, surely we'll be treated to a flashback that explains why Daring has trouble trusting other ponies. No? Well, okay.
Even though,
has sought control of the Tenochtitlan Basin since book 3.
even though Daring Do does work alone.
Doing it again!
Secured control of the Amulet of Atonement, dispelling the dark magic of the Quetzalcoatl Empress, and thus protecting the basin with the Radiant Shield of Razdan. But the Radiant Shield of Razdan
He's just
is
reading a
vulnerable to
book.
the dark enchantment of the Rings of Scorchero.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
Monty Python?
Oh.
Is that Monty Python?
Get on with it!
Okay, I'll sum things up. They have to raid a temple to steal
Indiana
the
Jones,
save
Lord of the
so
Rings,
that Daring Do can finish
Land
her
of the-
maybe real adventures that now feature our main cast.
Land
Now,
Before
one might ask why
Time?
Rainbow Dash is fangasming over Daring Do more than she was for the Wonderbolts and Spitfire. When your real-life idol gets KO'd by a flailing unicorn who's dressed like Picasso's puke, the magic tends to slacken. Yet this is the start of Rainbow Dash's weakest character arc for the episode. At first she's working herself up, trying to gather the nerve to talk to Daring Do, whose leg appears to have miraculously healed. No, wait, shut it down, guys.
Yeah, you already
Thanks a
did
lot.
that.
Rainbow Dash is the most action-oriented of the main 6. When it comes time to make a decision, Rainbow would rather act and make a mistake than do nothing. So when Daring Do winds up in another fight, it feels wrong that Rainbow Dash is on the sidelines, cheering and distracting her idol. Even worse, Rainbow Dash gets captured, resulting in Daring Do being overpowered. And what does Rainbow want to do now that the situation is at its worst? Go home and pout. The Rainbow we've seen would never give up, even after failing. In fact,
Yeah,
she
Rainbow
would definitely
never
commit
gives
to
up on
action Now
anything.
that some pony's life was in danger. Thank goodness that Twilight returns to remind every pony of Rainbow's true persona. And the rest of the episode plays out at rapid speed. Fortunately, we get to see the return of the Rainbow Dash we all know.
have I mentioned yet that I work alone?
Have I mentioned yet that you're lucky I don't?
If there's one thing that My Little Pony has taught me, no matter what the generation or medium, it's that all of life's problems can be solved with a good game of keep away. The battle ends when
Yeah,
Rainbow
good point.
Dash and Daring
Good
Do
point,
are able
dude.
to liberate not 1, but 12 rings from the dais. This destroys the temple because. And with stock villain phrase number 607,
I will have my revenge!
Daring Do flies
No,
off.
you're not!
Rainbow Dash provides the first diary entry for this season. I think any fan, brony or otherwise, would see a little of themselves in Rainbow and Twilight's dynamic. And there are some funny moments and action scenes that make this episode enjoyable.
Yep.
Yet the entry of
Rainbow
Daring Do
was-
into the equestrian side
was the
so
first
jarring
pony
and
to write in that
unexpected.
journal.
This episode can lose a lot of people before the first commercial break. And Rainbow Dash's defeatism seems out of place for this character.
Yeah, in
Despite
season
my
4,
misgivings, I
episode
recommend this episode if
24,
only for fan
yes,
reaction.
Spike was the
Yes, let us
last
all remember that there's a silver
or
lining. Now
creature
Rainbow
to
Dash's
write in
fan
that
fiction
journal.
dreams can come true, like this latest rendition I found while raiding
50 Shades of
the thick chains
Oh,
wrapped
it says
around
50 Shades of
Daring's
Hay.
legs, pulling them wide. Ow, oh, no, ow, oh, ow, ow, ow.
Really?
Seriously, Rainbow, I don't think this thing on page 35 is physically possible. Oh, ow, oh, oh. Not unless you practice yoga.
My life is ruined!
And where are you going to find a ping pong paddle that big?
Wow.
Besides, I'd rather
Fireworks
ship Daring Do
provided
with
by
Big
the Golden.
Macintosh.
Nope.
Oh! Okay then. You know, I have no words to describe that ending. But yeah, I kind of felt bad for Silver, even though that he gets attacked by Rainbow so quickly. Anyways, don't have any more words. Let's move on to the next video. Okay, so I'm back, and I got the next video up and ready, and we're going to react to After the Fact, Flight to Finish, which is about to start in 3, 2, 1, go.
No, I can't promise that. I don't think there are many fans who could promise that. Sorry, guys. I'm talking to my producer. He's a jerk.
Yeah, some
This was a
producers
really good
can be
episode.
jerks
It
sometimes.
seems like 3/4 of the fandom is raving about it. And that's impressive because this is a Cutie Mark Crusader episode. The Crusaders are a mixed
Nice.
bag. Some fans love them and think they're really cute. Others find them annoying. Unlike the main 6, these 3 tend to create their own problems without external factors, which is usually what happens with little kids. And then they find a solution and grow because of it. The biggest mistake with these
Good
characters
point.
was the showstoppers, where we learned
Oh.
what their special talents were before they did. That's not great for dramatic tension. But that isn't a factor in Flight to the Finish, so it's a moot point for me. I already said
Dude,
I can't
it
promise
sounds like a
not to be
velociraptor.
fanboy over this episode. Oh, not
Even though I don't know what a velociraptor is.
And quite frankly, there's nothing you can do to stop me.
Uh-oh. Looks like the producers got a plan to get rid of you, Silver.
A joke.
We've got hearts as strong as horses. We've got hearts as strong as horses. We've got hearts.
Our episode starts off with Shirley's sole purpose for this episode, which is too bad. After her role in Hearts and Hooves Day, I've been hoping we could see her in a non-insane capacity. What I was not expecting was the return of Miss Harshwinny, whom I had discovered as a
Harshwinny?
one-shot character in games Ponies Play.
Okay,
the more
then.
episodes we see, the more I tend to think of seasons 3 and 4 as the same season, with a long pause in between. So many things set up in season 3 are payoffs in this season. It's making me reevaluate my opinions. Harshwinny's on hand to talk about what is
What?
this strange animation with her mouth? I can't look away. It's so unique. I can't.
That mouth is weird. Oh,
What did you just do to me?
he tasted y'all, brother.
What? When? I thought you wanted to be drinking buddies.
Sounds like he doesn't.
So, how many volts are we talking here? That is enough to cook a turkey. Told you he was a jerk. Rainbow Dash swoops in to lighten up the mood. revealing
okay
that the
then.
girls have an opportunity to carry the Ponyville flag in the equestrian games. Does this mean that Ponyville will be competing in the games as well? Gee, I wonder who'll be on that team. And since Rainbow hypes her own experience as a flag bearer, every pony in the room wants that honor. Even Snips and Snails.
It could happen.
Yeah, I think
Every time I see these
Snips and
people,
Snails
I
are
think
terrible
they were the first
athletes.
male ponies to have personalities. And a part of me dies inside. So Scootaloo takes the role of prime motivator for the Crusaders, leading into our first song of the new season. For me, there are 3 kinds of songs in MLP. You have character songs like Rarity's Art of the Dress and Pinky's Smile song. Then there are story progression songs like May the Best Pet Win and Bab's Seed. Last but
no.
not least are songs that might be catchy,
Get that song
but
out of
don't
there.
really forward the plot or the characters. This song is mostly the last category with a little bit of characterization thrown in. In terms of lyrics and beat,
That
it doesn't
song,
advance the
Bab's
plot or
Seed, is
force the
terrible.
characters. Yet there are visual
me.
callbacks to the Crusaders'
'Cause I didn't
first
enjoy that
prior
episode.
and the way they like to work and play together. Anyway, Scootaloo asks the all-important question.
What's special?
the reason why I hated it.
Let's
It's-
see. It's the home of the newest princess and national heroines. It supplied water.
I
for
don't
the
get used to,
weathers,
like, bully
located in the most
episodes. That's
dangerous part
it.
of Equestria, and was the capital of chaos for a time.
It's a place where different kinds of ponies live together as friends.
Oh, I was getting to that. It was number 47 on my list. So they designed a killer routine.
Well,
based
you're
on
too late,
fate,
man.
and the only
You're
thing
too
keeping
late.
Rainbow Dash from fangasming is Harshwinny's threat that Rainbow might lose her job as team coach, which would be too bad because then we wouldn't get to see Rainbow Dash in her cap and whistle, which I love because. Come on, this is important to Rainbow.
Producer again?
Here's the thing, I don't view loyalty as Rainbow Dash's strongest quality. In fact, I really dislike defining the characters based on their element of harmony. It makes them one note and reduces their personalities to assigned power. For me, Rainbow's greatest ability is how she inspires other ponies. Whether by demonstrating her own skill or by stirring up energy with pep
Yeah.
talks, she pushes
Rainbow
herself
is the
others
one that
around her to
did
get better. That's why she's so
inspire
vital at the start of this episode.
Scootaloo
Giving daring don'ts
to
questioning her portrayal
be
of
wonderful.
Rainbow. It's so refreshing to see her at her. Yet not every pony is as pleased
Oh,
as
cut
Rainbow
that out,
Dash.
producer.
Professionalism are pretty entertaining. Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon are at a loss for how they can top this trio's performance. So Diamond Tiara hits a new low.
You have a Pegasus pony who can't even fly.
You know, I never really cared about Diamond Tiara. When she first appeared, I
Yeah.
recognized that she was going to be a bratty character with next to zero potential for growth.
Yeah, she is a
Since I was
brat.
never interested, her taunts were nothing beyond plot points. With Ponyville Confidential, I thought she had more personality as she was pursuing her own goal, and her conflict with the Crusaders was a result of that. It's only here, with her calling Scootaloo out on a physical limitation, that I can actually count her as a true villain. And it's not the love-to-hate feeling I have with some other.
Well, Diamond Tiara is not an actual villain. That's just how her personality goes.
Who tries to force herself to fly and changes the act. End results are less than satisfying, and Sweetie Belle and Apple Bloom call her out on it. Here's another strength of this episode. How many times is the plot carried forward without the main cast trying to talk things out? How many times could a situation have been easily resolved if the ponies just used communication? Now, the talk blows up in their faces. I don't mind that since they're all physically exhausted and very young. Kids don't always know how to talk things out rationally without an adult helping guide the conversation. Yet, just seeing these ponies try to take a practical approach is satisfying. It shows that the new writer, Ed Valentine, really understands these ponies and how to represent believable characters. In fact, the new writers we've seen in these past few episodes have really made Scootaloo's attempts just leave
well, okay then.
to the point where she bows out of the competition.
Producers are just gonna ruin his life forever.
Onward, since the routine is in the tank, and the theme they chose won't work without Scootaloo. It's not a huge question since I can chalk it up to them being young and stubborn. Plus, it gave them a chance to talk to Rainbow Dash and tell her what happened.
And a team never leaves a friend behind.
Dash?
Rainbow, go back! No time! They knew what they were getting into.
Okay, I'm being unfair. The chase scene in the
Yeah,
last
you're definitely
chapter
being
was a very
unfair.
different situation. I just can't resist being difficult. I gotta say, seeing Scootaloo throw away her scooter and giving up on a lot of her hopes was hard to see. I really felt bad for her, so kudos to the staff for showing.
Yeah, I did feel bad for her too, man.
Scootaloo has a
I did
home?
feel bad for her too.
Rainbow Dash has one of her strongest moments in the series.
Maybe you'll fly someday, or maybe you won't. You're all kinds of awesome anyway.
Lauren Faust stated in an interview that she did not believe that Rainbow Dash had the maturity to serve as a sister or mentor to Scootaloo. I would have agreed with this in Season 1, yet I think this episode shows that Rainbow Dash has grown. Her message to Scootaloo isn't about disabilities or limitations. Rather, she's stressing that Scootaloo isn't defined by her abilities and that she's still a wonderful individual because of who she is. This is doubly important since we've seen other Pegasi giving Fluttershy a hard time for being a flyer. Rainbow is coming across as a mature.
Fluttershy did have a hard time being a flyer.
Character. And that's what makes for a great episode. Even though she's not the main focus, Rainbow is developing in a great way. Her confidence and friendships restored, Scootaloo shows the world just how good she is. And suddenly I realized
okay then, Granny Smith.
Looking at this show, because I'm not questioning how she's able to travel that fast, or why skis work on dirt and grass, or how one filly can either catch up with the train or spirit her friends all the way to the Crystal Empire. I'm instead wondering why they're bothering with a flag-carrying competition when she should clearly be on the competing team. Seriously, she'll bring home the gold. We don't get to see the final routine.
Oh, okay then. Rainbow's in third place, huh?
The flag-carrying competition was an external conflict to give rise to Scootaloo's own doubt. It's not the true focus. And we don't see Diamond Tiara or Silver Spoon get a shotgun blast of karma. Again, not a deal breaker for me since I know that they'll have to sit on the sidelines while the Crusaders take the field. For me, this feels like the Crusaders have taken their first real step towards earning their marks. They came together as a group, focused on the task instead of the dream, and helped draw out one another's strength. Plus, this episode gives us another overarching plot for the season. While Twilight and company try to solve the riddle of the box, the Crusaders are going to have to get ready to be the official flag bearers. For all we know, there may be more prep work to do and more opportunities for them to grow. This episode has become a contender for my absolute favorite.
You do make a good point.
Character conflicts are believable, the emotions
even though they did get their key marks already,
have a chance to learn,
which was back in Season 5.
Honestly, I really can't say enough about how much that hurts. Seriously, I think my producer is just upset that his last reboot didn't do half as well as My Little Pony.
Is that...
I'm Silver-Quill. Thank you for watching.
I was about to say Scooter. Poor Silver. That had to hurt. Sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really a big fan of bullying episodes that had to include My Little Pony. Of course, that comes to Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon. Yeah, just how they talk about it just makes you feel annoyed. Well, back in Season 5, their personalities change. Of course, now that Diamond Tiara has changed back in Season 5, and also Silver Spoon and CC got their cutie marks, that means no more bullying at all. Alright to that. Anyways, I'm just going to end up here, guys. Once again, guys, thanks for watching, and ahoy!